thought that was just the worst intro ever. Cactus, I'm making...
Hi, I'm here too.
Hi, I'm here too. This is just great. This is a great start to a video. Not even a video, it's a stream. What's the difference? One's live. Why do they call it live? You're not living. You're dead. You're nothing
Because
but
you're
coding.
live.
No, but you're nothing but coding. Why is live even a term? When you're live, you're just watching a broadcast. None of it's real. It's all dead. It's all just fake Hollywood mumbo jumbo. Ah!
Calm down there. You need your inhaler?
I don't have an inhaler. I have a butt plug. Okay, so, I don't have an inhaler. I have a butt plug. God damn. Nah, that'd probably be Caleb, but like...
That was great.
Dude, so I was thinking, you know Caleb's hair, you know how it sticks up like 30 feet?
Yes.
I'm starting to think his hair is actually like his brain. And when he cuts his hair, he's like cutting parts of his brain off. Cause like,
It's terribly painful.
cause ever since he cut his hair, dude, he has just been so brain dead. I can't with him. He's just become completely brain dead. I was talking to him, I'm like,
Dude.
yeah.
At my school, there's 7 people in I have like a group. Guess what it's called?
The piece of shit club. The losers club.
No.
The motherfuckers. The faggot
No, it's not the Losers Club from Stranger Things.
That's from it.
It's called Lotion.
Okay, number 1, the losers club is from it. The new one. And the old one.
Sorry, I'm stupid.
They don't actually have like a name for the Stranger Things group.
I'm really stupid, I'm sorry.
But yeah, shit, what else? Oh yeah, also, the lotion. I understand why you guys are called the lotion. After all, the only thing you guys are going to be pleasuring yourself with is lotion, as you will never be able to find someone who loves you. So I understand the name choice.
Like, 3 people in my group have girlfriends.
Lotion bottles do not count as girlfriends, and neither do your hands. Please learn that. It will save you so much time.
Well, if you would let me talk, I was gonna say we're all named after different body products.
Ah. That would explain why that one Jewish kid's name is Viagra.
Shut up.
This is lotion, this is hand sanitizer, this is Viagra, this is acne cream. Go back to the last one. Viagra? Yeah, this is Viagra. It's just like this kid who just has like, just the biggest like pimple ever. It's like, okay, you know what? Picture like, you know the Fat Man? The atomic bomb used to destroy a large city in Japan? Picture that, but red, throbbing, and on that kid's face.
Why?
Okay, so, you know iReady?
Yes, oh my god, yes.
You know Sweet
I took it
Tea?
today.
You know Sweet Tea? From iReady?
Maybe.
Well,
I know already. I took the math one today.
yeah. So me and my buds, we realized that Caleb looks like Sweet Tea from iReady. We also, Pepper Jackie is the rapist who raped Sweet Tea, by the way. That's confirmed now.
No, she's a feminazi.
Really, motherfucker. You are a dying industry, and your name is Cole.
What?
I am a libtard. Nah. I take no political stance because I do not understand what politics is. I live in a
Me neither.
fourth world country.
Fourth world country.
I live in the 4th dimension of time. The only thing we
I
understand.
live in the 8th dimension.
The only thing we understand is the way of the clock. We're like basically just the Chinese knockoff of Doctor Who, but like, you know. Friggin', dude, Caleb's book bag, he must have had that for like 5 years now, because that TARDIS is so ripped, so destroyed.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He had that when he was at my school.
When was that? 4th grade, 3rd grade, 2nd grade, 5th grade?
4th and 5th That's great.
So he's had, by the way, dude, he did, I'm starting to think he only washes his jacket once every 7 months, because a while back, he came into class and we were like, oh my god, what does that smell? And he started, like, we were all joking, and he was like, oh, it must be Travis, because, like, we were near Travis when we started smelling it, so people kept saying it was Travis. But then I walked past Caleb when Travis was nowhere near and smelled it. I was like, oh god, I smell it. And I kept smelling it every time I was near him, and then midway through, I came to the realization, it was Caleb's jacket. Dude, it smelled like spoiled milk, rotten eggs, spoiled cum. It was just the worst smell ever. Some kid walked past and actually died of radiation poisoning. He was a walking biohazard. He walked into the lunchroom and it became Resident Evil 8. It was just the worst thing ever. But nah. Dude, Caleb is like so bad at like doing anything. Today in class, he's like, you know what? I feel bad for constantly insulting you, so I'm gonna try and go this entire day without insulting you. Not even 5 minutes later, oh my god, you're such an idiot. He couldn't even last 5 minutes.
Speaking of insults, it was one of my friend's 13th birthday today, and he let the class do like
Cocaine?
13 roasts on him, and I said. I can lose 20 pounds walking the length of your nostrils.
Oh my god. Dude, there's this kid in my school whose nose legit looks like a pig nose. And his neck is so thick, you can look at it and think, wow, the redwood trees are growing big this year. Like, his neck is so thick, you could drive through it. It's so bad, though. Wait, are you still live? No, wait, your stream glitched. Right. Why does that seem to happen to you a lot?
I don't know. I think it's the program.
Probably. Programs suck. You know when you do something really stupid because you're used to it?
Yes.
I'm so used to having to blow pencil shavings, or eraser shavings rather, off my paper, that occasionally I'll see like dirt or a scratch or something, and I'll try and blow on it to get it to go away. And then I start blowing and I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't a pencil shaving. I'm just, Dude, the amount of times I've like, for instance, I'll like drop like sugar on a table, and I'll be like, oh, pencil shavings, blow it off, and then I'm like, wait a minute, no, that's not what this is. Like, I'll spill water and like blow on it to try and make it go away, because I'm so used to doing that in class with pencil shavings. It's like, ah. Sorry, had a stroke, but freaking, I don't remember what I was saying. By the way, have you actually seen this world before?
What world are you in?
My Call of the Dead world. I don't think you've seen it.
I haven't. I can get on.
Basically, the best way to describe it is it's this custom village with a giant laboratory, military helicopters, like some broken down city buildings and stuff. It's basically like an apocalypse world.
Cool.
Like, it's a 2-story lab. Every room is pretty much decorated.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. I started working on it like a month ago with Blair, actually. I don't think you know him. His like username whenever he joined the chat was Oatmeal. You probably don't remember him though. But no, we were in my build online world, and we started building laboratories, and then we were like, you know, these labs are pretty shoddy and it's just in an online building world. Why don't we actually build a lab? So we created a custom super flat where it's like there's a bunch of trees. Like, it's basically a giant flat land with some trees spread out, and then there's just this apocalyptic village with some like modern day city buildings turned to ruin, and then there's just like military vehicles, laboratory. Yeah.
Well, I wanna get on it right now.
But yeah, it's still like an under construction world though. It's nowhere near done. And the best part about, oh, by the way, you know that shelf covered in cool looking potion bottles above my TV and stuff?
What?
Okay, you know that big potion bottle shelf above my TV?
Yeah.
It fell. Oh. Now remember, this was covered in liquids and stuff, and it fell right above my PlayStation, Xbox, and TV. Do you want to know what happened?
It's spilled everywhere.
Now, let's point out that if it would have done that, it would have literally destroyed everything. My TV and all this would have been ruined. So let me tell you what happened. We were playing World War II Zombies, me and a friend. We were doing good. We were like doing one of the steps to getting one of the cool weapons upgraded, and we were just doing this when we got kicked. And I was walking out. Now, no, for the past few months, my brother, who's like a constant rage addict, he'll slam in his room, and I would have seen the shelf shaking, and I had multiple times. And I even told my parents, I don't think that thing's stable. Patrick is all the way at the other side of the house, and he's shaking stuff, and it's making the bottles move. So I don't think that shelf is secure. Basically, I pushed too hard on my door. It hit the wall, sent a vibration through the wall, ripped the screws out of the wall, and the entire shelf came pummeling down. Once again, if it would have landed, if my friend hadn't moved, it would have ripped his legs completely up. He would have been covered in broken glass and wood. It probably would have broken one of his legs even. Would have destroyed the PlayStation and everything. Luckily, he had moved out of the way before it landed on him. And this is the most amazing part. It missed everything. It fell in between the shelf covered in all these expensive electronics and my bed. Landed perfectly in the center and didn't ruin a single thing except my carpet, which now looks like I stabbed a cat to death on it. But other than my terrible looking carpet, nothing got ruined. Except for all of those potion bottles. So that's like $40, maybe $50, $60 thrown away. But much better than a few $100s. The worst thing is we had just bought a $100 game. So that would have been even worse if it had destroyed it, dude. So, wait, what are you doing and getting over it? You're just kind of paused.
Well, I was listening to you.
Wait, so what are you on then?
I'm on Minecraft.
On what?
I'm waiting for you to invite me.
Well, oh! I don't even know if I have this world in online mode. Hold on. Son of a... I hate this mic. I hate it when your hair gets caught in the mic and it starts pulling at it. It's I hate that feeling. I did not know you were looking for an invitation.
I just messaged you.
Oh, what? I didn't receive a message. So I couldn't see it. Oh yeah. Hold on, let me...
Holy crap, this looks cool.
Where you at? TP to player?
You built all of this?
Yep, everything here built by me. There's the elevation level, but everything else was custom built.
Nice.
In fact, I actually uploaded a few of the footages to YouTube, but yeah, you can look around.
One thing, I would probably lower these two blades. I would lower this blade and raise this blade one.
So, I don't really want it to all be even though, because I know it'll look like too flat.
But that's what a helicopter looks like.
So that is what that's, okay.
But
yeah.
That's what helicopters look like in real life.
Wait, who's in the stream?
What?
Someone's in the stream. Don't know who it is. But yeah, by the way, you can come inside, by the way.
Okay, hold on. Invite me to your party on PS4.
Oh, darn.
You're cutting out.
Oh, crap. Invite players. Alright, I'll invite you. Alright, I'm gonna Yeah, I get it. Leave voice call. I was not expecting to actually have to use this mic. That's a bit of a props. Alright, he can join. I sent him an invite. Any minute now. Any minute now. Any second. Any minute. Any peso. Any raso. Any Play-Doh. Play-Doh. Really? Ay, ay, ay. Alright, but yeah. only microphone audio speed. Is it done? Now is it done? Yeah. Oh my god. Possibly due to nat type. What? Oh, nope, wrong thing. That is not what I meant to do. I meant to audio. Okay, so problem, it will not let me talk to you due to either your or my nat type.
What does that mean?
No, but it basically just means parties aren't gonna work.
Okay.
So we're just gonna have to use Discord and deal with all the annoyances. But yeah, you can come in, but oh, son of a... Hold on. Welcome to... Well, what? It gave you the same message? Forge facilities, my boy. By the way, like I said, this entire lab that you saw from the outside, 98% of it is actual features. There's a 2% of it that's just illusions made to make you think there's stuff there. But the other 98%, real stuff, things and bits.
I do that when I'm building too.
Oh yeah, I should probably give food then. Yay, take. Take the pumpkin pie. Do I like the what? No, not really.
Why?
It just doesn't seem funny to me.
I think it's fun.
But yeah. By the way, these are actual rooms. You can look in there, and they can be entered.
I know. I was just
There's no way back in, by the way. We have to drop down in order to get anywhere else. Alright, we're back at the entrance. But yeah. By the way, there are actually 3 floors. Possibly gonna be, actually definitely gonna be 4, maybe even 5 later on. However, they're not going up per se. Do I what?
Did you have a phobia of skeletons?
Do I what? Okay, by phobia of skeletons, do you mean you have a phobia of bones? What? So you're not afraid of just bones, you're just afraid of skeletons. But how can you not, but if you're afraid of skeletons, how are you not afraid of just bones in general? So if you see a skull, you're gonna be fine. But if you see a skull attached to like a spine and other body parts, you're just gonna be terrified. There's nothing in there, by the way. If you jump in, you won't be able to get back. The Ender Dragon is not dead. Didn't need to. Well, it was based on kind of... This entire lab was based on a mix between something of Resident Evil, Stranger Things, stuff like that. This room is nowhere near finished yet. I only did a bit of work on it. Many of these rooms are unfinished. Yes, like I said, not finished. By the way, there are actually multiple areas which you have not seen yet, including here. And also, including here. Including here. Spookies. Where are you at? Where did you... Oh, I know where you fell. There should be a ladder around there. Like I said, there's a ladder in there. What? How did you... Oh, yeah, you found here. By the way, don't hit those buttons. It'll dispense a potion. Because then I'll have to refill the potions later. Also, son of a bitch. Can you hand that back so I... Shit. Oh. Dang it. Oh, there it is. What? Nothing. It's not done yet. A lot of this stuff isn't done yet. It's just it was left for someone else. A lot of this stuff was left because I wanted to save it because the entire underground bit was partially someone else's idea that he wanted done. By the way, you know there's no way out through there, right? You have to come back through the elevator shaft. No, it's an elevator shaft. But no, this is the area you saw earlier, or rather you would have seen if you would have looked through. Yeah, both these rooms are massive. By the way, that whole gate key thing you saw earlier was an idea that has not been necessarily stopped nor started yet. It's one of those things where I have it completely ready per se, but not actually. No, it's not actually a redstone thing. Everything is technically ready. I could do that at any time. Thing is, it's actually not for just like a video. Okay, hold on. It's more for a video purpose per se. Door. In other words, it's basically a video roleplay setup that could happen. Probably not. Most likely never, but possible. Help with what? Oh yeah, by the way, because this is everything in here is based on something I already have done, there are references to it everywhere. So like a lot of the things in here are actually references to that. By the way, this part is the most unfinished part. Give you moderator can if I'm just gonna build like some town buildings or more laboratory bits, and as well on the far side. What? What? Yeah. And on the opposite side, near the village, there's going to be 2 nuclear silos containing missiles for decoration. In fact, actually, I have a blueprint model for the entire lab. Whenever we were starting, instead of just going in blind, we started by drawing out on a piece of paper a reference point to where the village was and building a layout of what the lab would look like. It was a rough draft, and obviously we changed it. It was only 1 story originally. We were planning on doing more than 1, but we only writ for 1. And so we basically just built off the base model. But yeah, even have the base sheet still. Pretty sure I've uploaded pictures of it. But in fact, actually, I have a picture of it ready. Right here.
I'm gonna get on your stream.
Huh. Yeah, I'll send it on Discord, the image I'm talking about. Obviously, I've changed it a lot, but that was the basic design we went for. And the orange represent like areas where doors were gonna be, and so basically I wrote that and then was like building off of it, basically. You wanna what? Well, there's not really much to do. No, I mean, like, there's really not much we can do to this area yet, because I'm not sure. Because, like, I'm not sure what we can do with it. No, that's the problem, is that I'm not sure what I should actually place, and I kind of have to wait till we build parts of the other bit before I can start. Basically, there's just a bunch of work that is planning on being done that I can't do yet because of a few different reasons, mainly being the person I was working on with this hasn't, like, actually been able to talk with me on what we're going to do with the next parts, and I myself haven't really decided. Not right now, but probably in the future, definitely. You probably will be working on it once I actually... Except I actually can't do vines because they will spread uncontrollably until the entire laboratory is covered in them.
Exactly. That's the point of an overgrown.
No, I mean it'll spread to the non-overgrown parts.
No, it only grows vertically.
No, it doesn't. It grows sideways.
Unless it's placed right beside a block.
Like, if we start placing it, it'll climb itself across the walls. It'll be able to work its way out here, and it will start spreading all across the building.
I don't see the problem.
The entire building will be covered in vines, and unlike you, I personally do not want my entire house covered in vines because I do not have a vine fetish.
I don't.
You definitely do.
I don't.
I seriously think, like, you crawl into the woods to make out with vines at night.
That's really me.
Yet, for some reason, really true. It just seems like one of the things you would do.
Well, at least
I mean, you're the kind of person who, when you hug someone, it stabs them.
What?
You're a cactus. If you hugged someone, it would stab them.
That makes...
You have a bunch of sharp needles on you. If you hug someone,
Yes.
you would be stabbing people.
I get it. I'm not dumb.
Eat the waffles.
I did it. They're not waffles, they're pie.
They're not pies because I fucked them into waffles. But yeah, instead of using vines, we're actually using jungle and leaves because they look like vines but don't spread uncontrollably.
Well, I may have a vine fetish, but at least I don't sound like a 6-year-old dyslexic child.
But dyslexic people talk out of order.
Exactly.
But I don't talk out of order. Where are you at? What are you saying? I can't even hear you. Why is Discord so quiet?
I know, it's weird.
You're in creative now, right?
Yeah.
Takey. You can do some work in here. Don't, like, destroy the already placed stuff, but, like, integrate some of that into the ground. Show me what you are gonna, like, do with it in here.
Okay, can we, like, open up this wall?
Is it really necessary?
Never mind. I was thinking, let's not have all of this. We can have, like, the majority of it, but let's not have all of it. We can have, like, the majority of it, but not.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna add some more.
Wait, where are you right now? Who's in the stream, for the the last time. I don't understand. Seriously, who is in the stream right now?
I'm in the stream.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, it's not a problem. It's just I didn't know who was. But yeah. Probably, you might want to play some of that Podzol around. But yeah, basically this entire thing is actually part of a story that has been worked on before and that was planned out before we even started. And that whole gatekeep piece, I can actually explain what that is. Basically, it's just going to be, each one of those pieces is going to be spread out through different worlds. And so you would basically go through things like tutorial worlds, mashup pack worlds, custom made worlds, and just slowly collect the different pieces till you got all of them, in which you do the final like fight thing, you know?
Oh, so what's the story?
Like, what do you mean?
You said there was a story.
Oh yeah, there is. Wait, what?
So what is it?
A kid known as Mason Adams, who works for the Bloodforge facilities due to the fact that he's dating the daughter of one of the people who's basically the highest person in there, starts working at a Bloodforge facility within another universe rather than the original, before the portal link gets severed, trapping him within, and the only way to help him and the fellow Bloodforge soldiers get back is to follow the demands of a shadowy, mysterious person who has been teleporting them in and out of universes with no rhythm or rhyme or rhythm, and basically they're puppets. And so they have to collect the pieces to build the portal so that they can get back and see who's been commanding them, basically. Maybe, maybe not. Depends on who he is. But yeah. In fact, I actually have an entire Discord server dedicated to, like, just the storyline of this. By the way, remember that old series, what's it called? House on Crowdown Hill series? Remember that character, Brandon? That character and all of that was actually based off the same lore page. Very loosely, like incredibly loosely, but was based off the same lore page used in this. In fact, the name of the person is Brandon. It's literally the same character name, just because, you know, yeah, Misa used the same character names because Misa bitch, but no, yeah, I actually have an entire lore Discord server, which has 23 chapters of the main storyline, as well as 17 pages of a book written by one of the main characters, as well as cards related to a bunch of famous, like, hunters, which in this universe, hunter is like a term for basically heroes, as well as a bunch of cards for weapons, and cards specifically for these characters such as the daughter, Sarah Williamson, and friggin', Mason Adams and them. But yeah, there's a lot already. And I have a bunch more. I have at least like 100 pages of notes written down that I have to like paste over into Discord. Problem is most of them are lost. So, whoops. I have a tendency to spend hours getting information and stuff and then just losing it all.
That was way too detailed for Minecraft.
It wasn't built on the premise of Minecraft. It was more of one of those things where it was translated over into it because we realized it could work.
I mean, I guess, who is they?
What do you mean?
Who's we?
What do you mean we?
Like, you keep saying we realized it could work.
Oh, right. Basically what this is, for the past like 4 years, me and 4 of my friends, three of my friends, only 2 now, because one of them I punched in the face with a block of wood and caused his lip to bleed, and so now he's, you know, not a friend, which, I mean, stabbing someone with a piece of wood in the jaw can cause that to happen. By the way, he did kind of deserve it, just a tiny bit. But yeah, basically, me, Oatmeal, and this other person named Nicholas, who his YouTube channel is Viper, basically, we made like a story, rather I did, and they just kind of played along with it. Basically, yeah, it was that. The original premise started with the idea of 4 people, ages like 12-ish, 13-ish, who have to basically survive an apocalypse after RBI and DNA, which are 2 different viruses within the lore of this universe, get released by Cortex, an organization working for the Nighthawk Organization, one of the base... What? Actually, that's where the name came from. Whenever I was around something menacing, I was like, what's a menacing organization name? I was like, Cortex, because, like...
Wait, hold on. Slow up for a minute.
Yeah?
Did you just say Sega?
I had Sega consoles as well as other consoles, yes.
Well, Crash Bandicoot was not on any Sega console.
Yeah, I know, it was for PlayStation. That's why I said and other consoles. They had a Sega, I don't remember what it was, but it was one of the originals. They had a PlayStation 1 and a PlayStation 2 there. Yeah.
The original trilogy took place on the PlayStation 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, I know.
Well, apparently you didn't.
That's why I said Sega as well as other consoles. I don't remember what consoles it was.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Alright. But yeah, basically, yeah, it's just incredibly long story. It started out as just a basic premise, and then we started building up into one big story.
While you were 7?
Yeah, started when I was 7, and then I've done it ever since, pretty much. Actually, no, 7. I started doing this when I was like 9 or 10 is when I actually started doing this. So I've been doing it for like 3, 4, maybe 5 years now, of just working on a fictional story.
Wow, that is impressive, I think.
And it's not really impressive. Depressing, maybe. Lonely, definitely. But I don't really understand the impressive thing. But no.
Because who could spend 5 years of their life making up a story like that so detailed?
In fact, the original House on Crowden Hill, which was going to be like a 1-hour video on my channel, was based using some of the creatures from that story. And then that series that I started working on before deleting all the videos of, because I didn't like the product, was also loosely, very loosely, because we didn't even use one of the actual creatures from it. We just used kind of the base premise from that. But yeah. Yep, but not. It was like, I still do work on it, and it's pretty like depth, I guess, in depth rather. Like, I didn't like skip on details, like hundreds of different species, each with their own thing. And basically, because I have a tendency to lose all the paper which I do it, it means that I'm spending hours and hours like thinking of ideas and creating these creatures and stuff just for all of the information to be completely lost, whether thrown away or just lost. And so I've wasted, in fact, I would say I have wasted at least 40, 50, maybe 60% of the past 5 years on a fictional story that will never actually happen.
And everything you made is connected to this one story?
Yep, and I have lost at least 80% of the work. In fact, remember that killer minigame server? You know those maps? The way I got like the thing for like each of the creatures that we were doing was once again based off that same pretty much most of the stuff I have done has been based off that premise. However, it's not one of those things where, like, remember earlier when I said it kind of mixed with stuff like mythology and just complete fiction? By that, I mean I would basically take ideas and concepts from religions, mythologies, legends, and video games and movies, and then edit them and make them different. So, like, when FNAF 4 came out and they introduced the nightmares, I took the concept of nightmares and flipped it, so instead of being like a child's illusion or something, I was like, what if we made the nightmare realm a physical realm where these creatures lived and could turn fear into basically hunger as fuel, and built from just a bunch of FNAF shit into an actual, like, full-on race of demonic creatures. I've basically just shifted over and over. And I've done it for other things as well. The original concept where I was like, oh, what if we just caused, like, zombie apocalypse and stuff, was just based on stuff like DayZ and The Walking Dead. Mainly DayZ, because I liked a lot of DayZ back then. I still do like DayZ. I can't really watch it as much, it bores me, but I liked a lot of DayZ. You ever heard of the Crafting Dead mod? I was watching a really good roleplay of the Crafting Dead, or at least what I thought was good back then, as well as a bunch of, like, server series and stuff. But basically just, in fact, actually, I would say that the entire reason I started making this, like, fictional story started from me watching, like, okay, it started from, one, a crappy Indiana Jones game that was made in, like, the 2003, as well as, like, a bunch of Minecraft mods. It's basically what started me on this nightmarish path of creating this fictional universe, because I was watching all these mods and I was like, oh, that'd be really cool. And I've actually incorporated a lot of things from mods into the actual thing, like, I took the idea of the Adam mod and made it into, like, a full-scale universe where it's Egypt, but with more detail and in-depth. Basically, I've run with a lot of different mods, shifted them, changed most of it, and then been like, okay, what if we did that, but instead we had this, and we took out this, and this. But yeah. Also, you are just genius at making trees. I need to come to you when I'm looking for tree stuff. Actually, you know what? Tear down this ugly jungle tree. You know what? This tree's terrible. We need more of those trees. Maybe put another one of those here in the center. Yep, I remember. Twin Pines Lake. Yeah, I do. Wasn't lying. They are. In fact, actually, you know what? Tear down this one too. I want you to build one of those over here as well, because I don't like this one either.
Okay, so speaking of FNAF 6 came out recently.
Yeah, I know. I already watched it and finished everything. It was I'm not. I'm just saying it was a satisfying end to the series.
It's probably over at this point, which makes me sad.
No, actually, no. It's definitely over. I can't say anything because it'll spoil stuff, but for the first time, Scott has done something where it's like you can tell he's not making another one. For one, he's been announcing that he's sick of it and he just wants to spend time with his family for a while now. And now he's done something which pretty much confirms he's done with FNAF. He wants to move on, to stop doing this. Can't tell you what it was because it would spoil the entire campaign and stuff, but like...
That makes me very sad. Okay, I have to go to bed now. Sorry.
It's Vines. It's what, 10:31?
It was nice talking with you.
Yeah.
And, see you tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Did he end the call? Yeah, he did. Alright, well, I believe we should lose one viewer now, yeah? Because he's no longer going to be in the stream, so that should kick out the last view, I think. No? Maybe not. Why is that one thing so, like... It's weird, because, like, right here, it's there, but it doesn't blend, but then... Right here, it just... Oh, well, I get why this part's here, but... Oh. Wait. Hold on. Oh, right, that's why, because it's, like, 3 blocks thick. Now it makes sense. Yep, now it makes sense. Huh. Oh, crap. Well, alright, let's see what where did we stop? Man, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about this building. Oh, yep, there goes the last view. Done. Alright, we can end the stream now. Alright. Whee!